And a peek into the locker room. Players soaking in the last few moments before the game. Some final preparations here. Welcome and thank you for spending this holiday season with 2K Sports as we get ready for the special NBA presentation. Brian Anderson here, joined by Grant Hill, Tim Legler, and our reporter, Allie LaForce. And now in December, here's what the Eastern Conference standings look like. You look at the Pistons, right now 6th in the conference. They want to keep improving.
Well, I think for the Pistons, it really hasn't been the dominant season they were hoping for, but they're still in the hunt for a high postseason seed.
Well, this is kind of where we expected them to be. They're a very good team, maybe even great, but they are still one level below the very top.
Now a look at Detroit's starting lineup. Thompson and Harris make up the forwards. Karis LeVert is out there with Cunningham. And it's Stewart in at the 5 spot. And for Utah, Walker Kessler out there with Filipowski. Then there's Keontae George. Then it's Bailey. And it's Collier in at the shooting guard position. All right, Tim, when you look around the league and you see teams overachieving, what's behind that typically?
Yeah, Brian, typically when you see something like that, it's because a couple of role players have gotten off to a really hot start. The question is, can those guys sustain that over the long term? If that's the case, then that team could take a leap forward.
Here's Collier. Here he goes. Clock at 6. Here's George. And Cunningham pulls it down. To the inside, Harris. And Harris throws it down.
Well, if Tobias Harris sees a lane to the rim, he is going to exploit it.
Pass to Bailey. Back to George. The 3-ball. Knocks down the triple.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
And here's Harris, covered by Filipowski. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. Grant, Tobias Harris has been around the league. What's his best asset?
You know, I think it's his reliability and versatility. Harris is always on the floor, having led the NBA in games played multiple times. And he just gets the job done.
And the first one at the line is good. Tim, talk about what Tobias Harris has brought to the Detroit Pistons.
Well, Brian, he has just stabilized them on the floor. Coach Bickerstaff said it best. Harris knows what the game needs, and he has the versatility to get it done.
And Harris drops them both. All right, we've now got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. He's got a special report. Shams, it's all yours.
Thanks. Well, the Detroit Pistons looking to build on last season's breakthrough. Coach J.B. Bickerstaff said Cade Cunningham's leadership makes his job easier. And all that aside, Bickerstaff said their fierce style is key. Adding win or lose, we win the fight.
Not a team to be taken lightly. All right, Shams, thanks a lot. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
I briefly spoke with Will Hardy. I asked him what his thoughts were on Cade Cunningham, and he said Cade is extremely talented. He's got great size. He plays under control. He's one of those guys that makes his teammates better. It's easy to see why he initiates so much of their offense. Back to you.
And Allie, thanks. So it's Utah now, following the score by Detroit. With some arc, he got a piece of it. Harris up top. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. And you look for bright spots in this developing core for Utah, Greg. What stands out?
Well, I think it's the front court, B.A. You have 2 gifted scoring forwards in Markkanen and Bailey. Then you've got Walker Kessler, an elite shot blocker, manning the middle.
First free throw is good.
And you know what you've got to respect about a guy like Harris? He has been in a lot of different uniforms over the course of his career, but he's been productive everywhere he's been.
Utah making a switch here. Niang's checked in. And Harris drops them both.
He's making the most of every trip to the line, providing for his team.
George outside. Pass to Bailey. The three is up. It's good. Set up beautifully by George.
And with his size, Bailey can rise up over most defenders that are on him.
Harris on the wing. Ooh, it's stolen away. In transition, here come the Jazz. Kicks it to George. Here's Niang. Count that bucket.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
That is a quality look. You can't do it much better than that.
Now here's Cunningham. Against Sacramento, he was really on his game. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
Red hot out of the gates. Keep it rolling.
The Jazz have gone 4 of 7, shooting a solid percentage. Pass to Niang. Here's Collier. He's watched by Cunningham. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
Personal foul.
Cade Cunningham picks that one up. Utah shooting their first free throws of this game.
Isaiah Collier taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls. And so he's able to get 1 of 2. Well, you need a real big-time star to win in this league. And Grant, the Pistons have that in Cade Cunningham.
Oh, my, B.A. It took until year 4 for him to really break through. Already a player who can impact the game in so many ways, but when his numbers go up across the board, that's doing something special.
First trip to the line for him here.
At the line for your Jazz, Walker Kessler. 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw misses. Good on the second one. And here's Cunningham. He'll bring it up for the Pistons. Trailing by 2. They put up a nice win against Sacramento last time out.
And it's just so hard to stop them when they're scoring at that level. They were efficient and didn't let up at all.
And the fact that they did all of that on the road was really impressive.
Utah has gone 2 of 2 at the perimeter. Rebounded by the Pistons. Now here's LeVert. He's another guy who had a great performance in that win against Sacramento. Cunningham, left side. And the sweet roll that time on the rim. That one falls. Cunningham's got his second basket of the game.
And I love the energy from Cunningham inside, pushing to get the bucket.
George passes to Kessler. And here's Bailey for 3. LeVert with a rebound. Detroit has gone 0 for 2 from outside. With the drive.
You see the quick first step of LeVert, getting into the lane and forcing the issue.
It's his first trip to the line.
At the line for the Pistons, Harris LeVert. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good.
And when healthy, LeVert is a problem. A multi-dimensional guard who can score, pass, and rebound at an impressive clip.
So it comes up empty at the line. For Utah, they've gone 4 of 9 in this one so far. George's shot is off. And Detroit is shooting right around 57%. Very efficient so far in the first. Cunningham, left side. A chance there to take the lead, but a miss. Utah shooting about 40% in the early stages of this game. Here's Collier. He's watched by Cunningham. Just 5 on the clock. Kessler, a screen on Cunningham. For 3, Collier. The rebound by Stewart.
It's been a rough quarter for him. I think patience can help. Take the shots that are there. Don't force it.
Oh, got a piece of it.
The officials were right on top of that one.
First personal foul, fourth team foul.
Detroit shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts of the game.
Isaiah Stewart at the line for 2.
And that one falls. That puts him up 1 point in the game now. Stewart hits them both.
When you think about it, they're trailing in part because they're giving away too many trips to the charity stripe.
And so Will Hardy calls the timeout. He's going to take a moment to give him a breather and talk things over. Cunningham.
Over the last 10 games, he's been on an absolute tear, finding all kinds of ways to be a thorn in the opposition's side, just working on offense and getting the looks he wants out there.
Here's Collier. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. George outside. Pass to Bailey. Here's Collier. 6 on the shot clock. Here's George. To the wing, right side. And stolen by Cunningham. LeVert passes to Stewart. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window.
Getting enough shots in close to play inside out.
Here's Collier. He's watched by Cunningham. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. And this will be a second trip to the free throw line.
At the line for 2, Isaiah Collier.
Shooting 2.
And that one misses. And Detroit making a change here. Robinson's checked in. He hits the second from the line. Detroit leading by 3. LeVert outside. Right side, Robinson. Thompson outside. He puts up a 3. Kessler with a rebound. And so George will bring it up for the Utah Jazz. Last game matched up with the Grizzlies. A tough loss there.
When your whole team is shooting in the low 30s, you know you're in trouble.
Well, let's also give some credit to the defense. They made shooters uncomfortable, and they didn't allow many second chance points.
4th team foul.
And it's Utah with the ball. It's a three-point game. Kessler a screen. Can't get it to drop. Some solid defense from Stewart. The Pistons have gotten 50% of their shots to fall so far. They're 5 of 10.
And you can't let Harris get this close to the basket. When you do, this is what happens.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Well, the Pistons are growing. Coach J.B. Bickerstaff said, I appreciate the work that the guys have put in, and I'm proud of what they're becoming. But we have more work to do. We're still taking steps. Our guys have improved. The team has improved, but we're not finished yet. Guys, back to you.
On the rise. Allie, thanks very much for the report. Well, we've seen him miss a couple from the line. He's 2 for 4 so far.
Taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one. And that's good as he hits both shots. Detroit leading by 3. Outside Robinson. Pass to Thompson. LeVert outside. And here's Robinson. Detroit moving the ball around. For 3, here's Harris. Utah has gone 2 of 5 from deep. Bailey, the pass to Niang. Here's Bailey. Taking a look at his numbers, averaging about 11 a game. Oh, that doesn't go on the chance to tie. For Detroit, they've got half their attempts to go, 6 of 12. And Grant, when it comes to pure shot-making ability, scouts love Ace Bailey's natural tools.
Yeah, when he's taking good shots, he can carry the offense. He needs to get a little stronger and clean up a few things, but his upside as a scorer is tremendous.
Now here's LeVert. No made baskets yet. Now keeping you up to date on the top rookies this season defensively. Here are the leaders among first-year players in blocks. Ace Bailey 4th.
Blocking ability like his is very coveted in the league, and he shows no fear clashing at the rim against experienced finishers.
And he drops the first. All right, the Jazz making a change here. Sensabaugh's checked in. And a switch here also for Detroit. Sasser's checked in for Thompson. Second free throw, no good. Jazz trail by 4. Here's George. That shot, no good. Good work defensively by Robinson.
He's lost his rhythm completely this quarter, but he's determined to stay after it.
Harris on the wing. The fader. It's hauled in by Sensabaugh.
So far, rebounding has been a focal point for them.
Niang outside. Pass to George. Here's Sensabaugh. Here's Collier. 4 on the clock. Kessler, a screen on Robinson. Offensive rebound. And finished off by Kessler.
And this is something he does all too well. Great position for the putback there.
And I like how he doesn't think twice about passing it out. Just going right for the slam.
Well, defensively, you've got to put a body on him. That guy will ruin you on the offensive glass.
Here's Collier, following the score by Detroit. Pass to Sensabaugh. The three. Keeps it alive. Great positioning on the putback. Kessler's got 7 points. There's 1:34 left in the first quarter. Stewart outside. Now here's LeVert. For three, Robinson. It's rebounded by George. Niang outside. Pass to Sensabaugh. Back to George. Kessler, a screen on Robinson. George. Kessler down low, working on Robinson. And there's Kessler on the assist by George.
Now, whatever he's doing, it's working. He's already 4 of 5 from the field.
For Detroit, they've gone 7 of 16 so far. Picked by Stewart. To the left wing. Harris down low, defended by Niang. Harris misses.
Well, that is a nice challenge at the rim. Really altered that shot.
It's tipped. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by LeVert.
Almost had the steal. You have to love the pressure defense.
He is just trying to make an impact by disrupting their rhythm.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Reed's checked in for Stewart. Holland comes in for Harris. And Green is subbed in for LeVert. Now here's Anderson. He's averaging about 6 points per game. Nurkic a screen on Green. Anderson drives. Nurkic finds Anderson. Launches it. Counted from distance. There's 10 seconds left in the opening quarter. Pass to Sasser. Robinson for three. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. A big-time effort for Walker Kessler, providing a lot of energy for the Jazz. He had solid production this quarter with scoring and rebounding. Time for a quick break, then back to the action. And some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. And take a look at the Jazz performance here, guys. What do you think?
It was pretty obvious. I mean, cashing in on extra opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
Well, it is tough to lose when you get that many more chances to score.
They've got Yusuf Nurkic. Kyle Anderson is out there with Williams. And it's Sensabaugh in at the 3 spot. That's the group for Utah, getting going in the second. And when it comes to taking an offense out of its rhythm, what are some of the primary methods, Grant?
Well, BA, you have to disrupt their flow. That can come from steals, deflections, block shots, even change shots. Anything that makes them feel uncomfortable.
And it's Detroit with the ball, following the bucket by Utah. Here's Robinson. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. This is his first opportunity at the line this evening.
And in their last game, he really distinguished himself at the free throw line.
Taking 2 shots.
And he makes the first. Martin, he's checked in for Utah. The Pistons making a switch here. And both free throws good for Robinson. And we're now about a minute into this second quarter of play. Pass to Sensabaugh. Anderson with a screen. Down low. And finished off by Anderson.
And that's exactly the type of pass we expect from a guy with his vision. Here's Holland.
And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. Here's Reed. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. Yusuf Nurkic picks one up.
The defense there doing whatever they can to protect the rim.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
2 shots.
That one's off. Niang, he's checked in for Martin. Green's checked in for Detroit. And he's good on the second. Utah leading by 4. And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter. And finished off by Anderson.
Well, if you work the ball inside, it is going to pay dividends.
Pass to Sasser. There's the 3. And the three-pointer goes. Sasser's got his first 3 points of the game.
And that's on the defense, giving him a decent look. That's his shot.
Here's Sensabaugh. Outside, Anderson. 5 on the clock. The Jazz need to get one up in a hurry. And Nurkic throws it down.
Yeah, when he sets the pick, Nurkic can do different things on the roll. Makes him hard to track.
Pass to Robinson. Here's the 3. And it's Niang with the rebound.
This has been a close game in a lot of ways, but they do have an edge on the boards.
Outside, Anderson. Takes it inside. Fires the 3. Niang. That's good. And now it's an 8-point Utah lead.
He drops yet another dive, just facilitating this offense like a maestro. Now, B.A., you know they would love for him to get more of those opportunities.
Well, that would cut into the deficit quickly if he does. Pass to Sensabaugh. Anderson with a screen on Robinson. Here's Sensabaugh. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
First personal foul.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Jazz.
Yeah, their early focus on outside scoring has paid off. They're finding plenty of points from three-point land.
And their ball movement has been next level. When your team is playing unselfishly like this, that is tough to beat.
First free throw is good. So for the Pistons, Thompson, he's checked in for Holland. LeVert comes in for Green. And Cunningham subbed in for Sasser. That one falls, so he hits both of them. After seeing a franchise player like Luka Doncic traded, you think there's anyone who is truly untouchable now, Tim?
Well, I tell you what, that trade, B.A., made me realize nobody in this league is immovable. You just don't know what the future holds, and I think fewer guys will stay with one team their entire careers.
That was a shocker for sure. Here's Sensabaugh. Pass to Collier. Shoots. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
Pass to Cunningham. The 3 is up. The rebound by Filipowski.
Well, the defense should consider themselves lucky there because he's not usually one to miss those kinds of looks.
And their offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
LeVert outside. Back to Cunningham. For 3, Robinson. The shot's good on the assist by Cunningham. Robinson's got 5 points now this quarter.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, and that's the effectiveness of the two-man game right there.
Nurkic a screen on Robinson. To the middle. And Nurkic throws it down.
Oh, too easy for Nurkic. A big man who goes up strong. You have to meet him at the rim and counter his aggression.
Now here's Thompson. A 14-point game for him in the win against the Kings in Sacramento.
And you factor in his defense as well. 3 blocks on the night, really making his presence felt.
Jazz leading by 9. Out left to the wing. Pass to Bailey. Now here's Filipowski, defended by Thompson. And here's Bailey for 3. Thompson pulls it in. And here's Thompson. He'll bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. Banked it in off the glass. Thompson's gotten his second bucket of the game.
Good work down low. I mean, I like how confident Thompson is from this area.
And so Will Hardy calls the timeout. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players. He's checked in for Utah. George comes in for Sensabaugh. Detroit also making some changes. Stewart, he's checked in for Reed. And Tobias Harris subbed in for Robinson. Jazz leading by 7. Now George. 11 points for him last game against Memphis. Pass to Collier. Five to shoot. Blocked! Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thank you, Brian. Cade Cunningham is leading the way for this Pistons team. Coach J.B. Bickerstaff said he shows belief in his teammates, and that's what leadership is. He's with you during the good and the bad. That gives the rest of his team more comfort and confidence. Back over to you, Brian.
Establishing the mindset. Allie, thanks very much for the report. Now here's George. Checking his stats, he's scoring around 9.5 points per game.
And just muscling it in. George, very aggressive.
And it's blocked by Kessler. And he gets it back. Stewart, no good.
Well, the defense was solid, but usually I expect him to make that layup.
And there's Bailey. That one's good. On the assist by George. George has got 3 assists now in this one. They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
Harris outside. Off target from 3-point range. Utah leading by 11. Inside. Oh, a nice one-handed slam right there.
Strong finish by Bailey. Here's a guy who wants to slam it.
Pistons shooting only 31% in the second quarter of this one. Stewart will screen on George. There's Cunningham with a 3. And finished off by Stewart.
A dynamic finish, then decides to hang out a little for good measure.
Yep, that's the exclamation point right there. Tim, you've been vocal in your praise for Cade Cunningham, and rightfully so.
Well, B.A., on any given night, Cade can be the best player on the floor. He scores, he makes plays, he rebounds, and he processes things quickly. He always seems to be under control.
Thompson finds Harris. Now LeVert. And here's Cunningham. Stewart, a screen on George. And finished off by Stewart.
You know, he's smaller for the center position by NBA standards, but his leaping ability more than makes up for his lack of height.
Here's Collier. He has 6. The fadeaway. That went off the back iron and out.
Yeah, it's been a tough game for him with his shooting. Fortunately, the rest of the team has picked him up, and they have the lead.
And here's Cunningham, a proven scorer in this league, averaging just over 25 a game. Shoots over George, and again, it's Detroit.
Yeah, and I like Cunningham from the mid-range area of the floor. It's the most difficult place for a defense to run extra traffic at you.
Here's Bailey. 9 points for him in his last game. Here's Collier. The shot, no good. Ooh, LeVert with some nice D. Here's Harris. And the layup is good off the glass. Harris has got 10.
Well, that's the thing about Tobias Harris. You think of him as a high-volume three-point shooter, but historically, he actually takes a lot more twos.
And so Will Hardy calls a timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy.
You have the game on you. That's no thanks.
Look at our contenders for this year's dunk contest. No matter who ends up competing, you know it's going to be a show.
And the best part, B.A., every year we see something different, something new. I can't wait.
You look at Thompson, and in dunk contest voting, he's third, a premier athlete in the NBA.
Well, the fans want to see him fly, and us broadcasters, we want him in. I expect to see him compete during All-Star Weekend. Believe that.
And as All-Star Weekend gets closer, we'll, of course, update you on how things are looking. But this year already promises plenty of standout performances.
Yeah, this is going to be a dunk contest you don't want to miss.
He is just ice cold. Luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Cunningham passes to Harris, and Harris throws it down.
And one of the big reasons Cunningham went first overall in the draft, his playmaking at 6'6" is really valuable.
Here's Collier. He has 6. Pass to Filipowski. They still need this. And he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
Just great offense. The screen freeing him up for the slam.
Hey, without that screen, he doesn't get a clean look at the rim.
Yeah, it's the power of the two-man game. After all these years, it's still the most difficult set to defend.
Here's Collier. He had 9 points in his last time out. George outside. And stolen by Cunningham. And here's the fast break. Here's LeVert. Oh, he powers right through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul, too. And he'll go to the line. It goes on Keontae George. Boy, he hasn't been able to capitalize on his chances at the line. Only making 1 free throw. Throw good. LeVert. And so it's George with it. He brings it up for Utah. 13 points was their biggest lead of the game. Pass to Collier. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Beyond the arc. A rebound by Detroit. Cunningham's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's LeVert. And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. Utah ahead, up by 2. And we'll see you back here after the break. Third quarter action in just a bit.
Fans, get ready for some high RPM and amazing stuff. Indoor pocket fight, arena entertainment.
Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. The Detroit Pistons finding themselves in a closely contested game.
They've done everything they can to shoot their way out of this contest. Somehow, they're still in it. Got to make the most of that opportunity.
It just takes a few to fall to open up the floodgates.
All right, next, let's look at some of the possible entrants into this year's dunk contest.
You know me, I'm a stickler for rating these competitions. If I've seen your dunk before, bad score.
Wow, you're a tough judge for a guy who never participated in the event.
I always wanted to watch it.
Thanks for tuning in. Now we head back to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Tobias Harris really making a difference here.
He took a head-on approach in the first half, going straight at the D and drawing fouls.
Yeah, the key is to be in an attack mindset but still play under control. When you do that, good things tend to happen.
Here's Cunningham. And on the floor for J.B. Bickerstaff as we get into the second half. Thompson and Harris make up the forwards. Cade Cunningham out there with Karis LeVert. And it's Stewart in at the center position. Pass to Collier. Oh, it's stolen by LeVert. And now the Pistons in transition. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. Tim, growing up in the D.C. area, at what point did you fall in love with the sport of basketball?
Well, BA, the first team I loved were the Washington Bullets in the late 70s with Elvin Hayes. They won that one championship in Washington. But Larry Bird coming into the league in 1980 really changed everything for me. That's when I truly fell in love with the sport, emulating a guy like that.
Greatest player from the DMV?
Oh, I guess I'd have to say Kevin Durant, certainly.
And Tim Legler, of course.
Even better answer.
Off on that one, so he goes 1 out of 2 at the line. Utah leading. Pass to Filipowski. Here's Collier. He's checked by LeVert. Just 5 to shoot. Kessler a screen. Goes up from the top of the key. Collier, no good.
You kind of wonder where his head's at. The shot selection hasn't been there. And, of course, that one was just crazy. He's been tremendous at corralling misses all night long.
His effort has been there since the opening tip. He is leading the way by example.
Here's Collier. Kessler, a screen on Cunningham. To the paint. And finished off by Kessler. And that's a double-double for him now.
That's the right pass to make. Beautiful job.
Cunningham against George. For 3, here's Harris. The shot's good on the assist by Cunningham. Cunningham's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Here's George. He's got 5. Pass to Kessler. Here's Collier. Now here's George. And here's Bailey for three. The Pistons clear it. Stewart's got his 6th rebound on the night. Harris with it. He's picked up by Filipowski.
And he's doing things on the glass tonight that we don't often see.
There's no question about it. It feels like every missed shot is ending up in his hands. Unreal.
First personal foul. First team foul.
6 attempts for him at the line. He's made 4.
Isaiah Collier. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. And good on the second, so he makes them both. And it's Detroit with the ball. Pass to Harris. Ooh, Kessler with the block. And it's going to be out of bounds. Detroit will have another go. And you've got to be in awe of incredible defensive efforts like this.
What a powerful rejection. He's not wanting them to get an advantage in this competitive game.
Just under 2.5 minutes into this third quarter now. George against Cunningham. Shot clock at 6. Shoots over George.
Halftime didn't do them any favors offensively. They've missed 4 of their last 5 shots.
Pass to Kessler. Back to George. Over Cunningham. The Jazz again can't hit.
That's a cold start out of the break. Only 1 of his first 4 has he gotten to go.
Harris takes the assist and lays it in. Nice setup. And that's now 17 points for Tobias Harris. The Jazz have gotten only 1 of 4 shots to fall in the second half. When you think about the skill of Cade Cunningham, Graham, and his height, what a combination.
You know, B.A., whether it's scoring inside or seeing over the defense or just beasting on smaller guards, his 6'6" frame is certainly an advantage.
Here's Cunningham. The Jazz making their last shot. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Thompson's got 7 points.
That's a pure effort play. Nice tip in.
And that's a skill you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? George, no good. The Pistons have gotten just 3 of 8 shots to go in the third quarter. Harris passes to LeVert. Harris a screen. And here's Stewart. Detroit moving the ball around. Pass to Harris. Clock at 4. For the lead. And it's good on the lay-in. Harris has got 7 now in this quarter.
And you know Harris is capable of these type of outbursts. He has been a 20-point scorer in this league.
Here's Collier. He's checked by LeVert. Kicks it to George. This one for 3. The rebound by Stewart. Stewart's got 8 rebounds in the game. Pass to Cunningham. Stewart, screen on George. There's Cunningham with a 3. Buries it from 3. 9 points in the game.
Really efficient from the perimeter. He is finding those shots and he is making them.
High post Kessler to halt the run. And finished off by Kessler.
And that really has to lift his teammates' spirits right now.
I'll tell you, Grant, these second chance buckets could be what this game comes down to.
Well, in a game this close, that is a huge play.
Now here's Cunningham. He's got 9 and too long on the shot. Pass to Collier. Now Kessler. To the middle. Here's Bailey. He's watched by Cunningham. Looking to get back on track. And Cunningham pulls it down. Cunningham's got rebound number 8 now.
He's been just a little off the mark tonight. Really the story of the game so far.
Harris passes to Stewart. And they're going to count that bucket. And they'll send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
Personal foul.
And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Pistons.
Their defense has been on point all game long. They're out hustling the shooters and swatting down plenty of shots.
I really like their effort in transition tonight, constantly pushing the pace and then turning that into points.
That's good from Stewart. George with it. He's got 5. Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
Pass to Sensabaugh. Now Filipowski. George scanning the floor. Here's Sensabaugh. Now Filipowski. And here's Bailey for 3. Sends it home from 3-point land. Bailey's got 10 points.
Well, a good idea to set up Bailey. He's got that high release. He's such an exciting young player.
Thompson finds Robinson. The jumper from the wing off target.
Yeah, you have to knock those down. Open shots inside the arc are rare in this league.
Pass to Bailey. Here's Filipowski. Here's Sensabaugh. Ooh, can't tie it up as that one's no good. The Pistons lead by 3. Robinson passes to LeVert. Now Thompson. Now here's Robinson. Harris on the wing. Down low. Here's Stewart. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. This is his 3rd trip to the free throw line in this game.
Isaiah Stewart. 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
That's good from Stewart. So he gets them both. Jazz trail by 5. Pass to Bailey. Back to George. Here's Sensabaugh. And here's Filipowski. Just 5 on the clock. There's the triple. Here's Sensabaugh, defended by Thompson. Kessler a screen. Here's George. Detroit with a rebound. Stewart's got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done.
Well, you have a feeling this would be a completely different game if it wasn't for his brutal shooting performance.
Now here's Harris. 19 points in the game. To the inside. Stewart finds Thompson. Detroit needs to get off a shot. And here's LeVert for 3. The rebound by the Jazz. And that'll be their only game on the road before heading back home. Pass to Filipowski. Here's Bailey. Back to Filipowski. Here's Sensabaugh. He's been productive, averaging just over 7 points a game. Inside. And finished off by Kessler.
I'll tell you what, it's good to be his age.
Yeah, I don't have memories like that at my age, though. And so the timeout by J.B. Bickerstaff here. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here.
On the court is your hot squad. Hey fans, who wants a free t-shirt? Make some noise!
Hornets making a change here. Nurkic just checked in. And the Pistons making a change here as well. Reed's checked in. Harris up top. Pass to LeVert. Harris outside. 4 on the clock. To the paint. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
Flying high, Asar Thompson. I wish I still had hops like that.
Here's Sensabaugh. Nurkic, a screen on Thompson. Here's Sensabaugh. Off the mark there with a 3.
I know he's on a cold streak, but he can't let that get in his head.
If he can just make a couple of buckets, though, this can all be put in his rearview mirror.
Now here's Harris. He's got 19. Goes up at the elbow. No good on the shot.
And that leaves his coach scratching his head because you can't get a better look than that.
Thompson scanning the floor. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
Did you see that? That was one of the best moves I've ever seen.
Picture perfect execution. He was focused and refused to be denied. Here's Sensabaugh. Pass to Nurkic. George outside. Lets it go from deep. Nails it from 3. George has got 8.
He just hasn't been able to find any kind of consistency to this point.
Harris on the wing. No good. Some solid defense from Filipowski. 1:06 left in the third quarter. George passes to Nurkic. It's George on the wing. He's checked by LeVert. It's George in the drive. And George with the jam.
Seeing the opening, George does not hesitate. I mean, just a great move.
LeVert passes to Reed. Harris on the wing. Detroit moving the ball around. Back to LeVert. Pass to Thompson. Oh, he tries a 3. Rebounded by Nurkic. Utah trailing here. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Ooh, lots of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws will follow that whistle.
Yeah, a versatile scorer and intimidating defender. Ace Bailey's confidence and length are why he went in the top 5.
He's getting his first free throw attempts of the night now. No good on the free throw for the Jazz. Niang, he's checked in for Filipowski. And it's Collier in for George. Detroit also making some changes. Holland, he's checked in for Harris. Cunningham comes in for Thompson. And Sasser's subbed in for LeVert. And the second free throw is good. There's 25 seconds left in the third quarter. Now here's Cunningham. He's got 9. 11 seconds left in the third. It's Reed, high post. Oh, Nurkic with the block. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Nurkic. And we have to take another look at that block.
Yeah, obviously he had the shot well anticipated, able to shut it down with authority.
Number 2, Kyle Anderson.
For 3, Robinson. That shot is off. 3 quarters of play and a close one here. The Pistons on top, up 1. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. Man, I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. They've got Kyle Anderson, George Niang out there with Yusuf Nurkic. Then there's Collier, and it's Sensabaugh in at the 2. That's the 5 on the floor for the Jazz. Here's Sasser, and he banks in the layup. And the Pistons lead by 3. And for the Jazz, they're shooting 41% in this game. Anderson against Robinson. Anderson inside. Shoots over Robinson. Anderson can't get it to go. Detroit leading by 3. To the middle. Here's Holland. Rebounded by the Jazz. Niang's got 4 rebounds now. Pass to Anderson. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. To the inside. Tipped. Shot by Nurkic. No good. The Pistons on offense. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong. No baskets allowed. Now here's Sasser. Now Cunningham. 5 on the clock. Cunningham, confident in his range.
Well, that is a beautiful release from Cunningham. He's got that jumper dialed in.
They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
Here's Niang. He drops it from range.
And defensively, how do you leave them that open in crunch time?
Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Cunningham outside. Picked by Reed. From the arc. And the Pistons, another 3.
And in the second half here, they're shooting a terrific percentage from 3.
Here's Collier. Sasser defending. And a look now at the Utah Jazz's upcoming schedule. On Saturday, they'll take on Victor Wembanyama and the San Antonio Spurs. And then on Tuesday, they'll be facing Jason Tatum and the Boston Celtics.
This road stretch could be rough. They just haven't executed at all away from home. So they're going to have to figure out those problems and figure them out soon.
And he drops the first.
They're finding a rhythm from the line as they try to cut into this deficit.
Kessler, he's checked in for Utah. And a switch here also for Detroit. Stewart, he's checked in for Reed. It's both from the stripe. We're in the fourth quarter here. Just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Stewart outside. Back to Sasser. Takes a 3. Pass to Stewart. Sasser left side. Here's Robinson. And it's Niang with a rebound. Niang's got 5 rebounds tonight.
It's been a quiet game for him to this point on the offensive end, but the team has still played well enough to hold the lead.
Utah moving the ball around. Now Anderson. Robinson defending. Now here's Anderson. Defense right on it. Using his post moves to get the 2 points. The Pistons leading. Oh, deflected. Stolen by Kessler. To tie it up. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
Third personal foul.
Well, that was clearly a foul.
At the line for your Jazz, Kyle Anderson, taking 2 shots.
He's off on the first. And George Niang gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. Detroit has gone 2 of 2 from outside so far in the fourth. Pass to Robinson. Picked by Stewart. Robinson passes to Stewart. Bucket. He's now 6 of 10 from the field.
With a tough road ahead, they worked hard to get a good shot.
Jazz trail by 3. Outside, Anderson. Niang a screen. And there's a foul. It'll go on Marcus Sasser. That's his first foul.
And there's just one foul now away from the penalty.
Here's Collier. Niang a screen. 6 to shoot. Back to Kessler. Here's Anderson. Detroit with a rebound. Cunningham's got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. Jacks up with 3. Here's Holland, and a good offensive board, and he gets the bucket.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. That's why they continue to get attacked.
Here's Collier. Pass to Sensabaugh. The 3. A rebound by Stewart. Stewart's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Sasser, right side. Here's Collier. Here's Niang. The Jazz again can't hit. The Pistons lead by 5. Down low. Here's Stewart. And finished off by Stewart.
There you go. He's a monster at the rim.
So athletic. Obviously, he plays on the attack. And so Will Hardy calls for the timeout. He's looking to make some very important adjustments here.
They're just giving away a run right now. The question is, can they stop the tide?
Well, let's pump the brakes right here. Put a Band-Aid on this, and you've got to turn it around. The momentum is going the other way.
Different look for Utah. Filipowski, he's checked in for Niang. Bailey comes in for Anderson. And it's George in for Sensabaugh. Detroit also making some changes. Harris has checked in for Holland. Thompson comes in for Robinson. And LeVert subbed in for Sasser. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
I was able to listen in on what Will Hardy was going over with his team. He told his guys not to lose hope, saying to them, it's a long game, fellas, and we're in this one, but I need each one of you to step up your intensity right now. Let's see if Coach's message resonates, guys.
All right, Allie, thanks once again.
For this rookie, Ace Bailey, a big part of his development will be drawing fouls, figuring out ways to pressure the defense.
And that one misses. And he sinks the second. And here is Thompson. Harris outside. Thompson passes to LeVert. Utah grabs the miss. Here's Bailey. Pass to Collier. Filipowski sets a screen. Here's Bailey. Over LeVert. Utah with another miss. Thompson passes to Harris. Detroit moving the ball around. And here's Cunningham outside. The rebound by Filipowski. Jazz trail by 6. To the paint. Tipped. Thompson with a steal. To the middle. Here's Harris. Good setup. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. And that's now 21 points for Tobias Harris. Here's Collier. Pass to Bailey. Lets the three fly. And out of bounds. Detroit will have it.
Yeah, he was surprised by that. I don't think he knew the pass was for him.
The Pistons lead by 8. Cunningham outside. Harris with it. Working on Filipowski. Harris passes to Cunningham. Out to Thompson. To the inside. Here's Collier. Ooh, LeVert with some nice D. The Pistons have gotten 7 of 12 shots to drop in this fourth quarter. And the whistle on the shot. Got some contact there. Misses the shot, but he'll shoot 2.
And after putting it down, he dangles from the rim a little.
Man, that's borderline taunting right there, Grant. They're playing with a certain swagger right now. Free throw is off from Stewart. Jazz trail by 10. Out to the wing. Here's Collier. Pass to George. Now here's Filipowski. Stewart defends. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. Grant, many of the newer rules have helped unlock offenses. Any need to help out the defense?
You know, I think the rules are fine, B.A. It's just about allowing defenders to do their job and limiting the cheap foul calls so they can stay on the floor.
That free throw no good. And he's good on the second. Detroit with the ball. A big stretch here going. 10-2. Cunningham looking around. Shot clock at 6. Stewart the pass to Thompson. Shoots over Bailey. Thompson no good. Jazz trail by 9. Here's Collier. Uneasy 2 on the layup. Collier's got 4 points now in the quarter.
That's exactly what you work for, a high percentage look.
Pass to Harris. And Harris throws it down.
And for Harris, it's about getting into a rhythm. Once he does this, he can take over games.
Utah's gone 1 for 3 in the fourth quarter from range. George, a screen on LeVert. And he lobs it up top. And finished off by Kessler.
The pass, the catch, the slam. What a clean play.
And absolutely jaw-dropping. Cunningham finds Harris.
Tipped. A huge bonus to Bailey's game. The ability to close out shooters, stop shots with his length and agility.
It's cleared away by Thompson. The Pistons lead by 7. Book it! It goes!
All 5 guys are in sync. Their ball movement is flawless.
And we've got a timeout called by Will Hardy. He clearly wants to talk it over and make sure everyone is focused. George with it. Jacks up a three. No good.
Yeah, I think he forced that a little bit there. Should have tried for a higher percentage look from the three.
George against Cunningham. George is there for the rebound. Jazz trail by 9. Here's Bailey, pounded by Harris. Beyond the arc. Shot clock at 5.
Chalk one up for the defense. They forced a difficult shot.
I love big guards, and Cunningham using the size to perfection.
Second team foul. Shooting for Detroit, Cade Cunningham. At the line for 2.
Shoot 2.
He gets the first, and that'll push the lead to double digits.
And we're seeing Cunningham turn himself into a leader. This is why he went first overall back in 2021.
Both good from the line that time.
Yeah, can you say total package? Cunningham, the prototype guard these days.
Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
Ooh, the three doesn't go. And here are the Pistons. They're on a 16-6 run. Thompson outside. Now Harris. He launches. Kessler with a rebound. 1:14 left in the fourth. Outside George. He shoots. Oh, he missed the jumper. Detroit has got 2 of 5 threes to go here in the fourth.
Well, now it's just a matter of watching the sand fall through the hourglass. This game is wrapped up in a strong showing for the Pistons.
It was stop and go for them along the way, but they finally seized full control of this game.
BA, the scoreboard definitely doesn't tell the whole story. They were able to pull things together when things got tough, and of course, they closed strong.
And a good performance to bring them their 18th win of the year.
And even though this season series was only 2 games, a sweep is still a sweep.
And while there were some guys out there that played well, what really stood out was the production for Cade Cunningham.
He ran things with precision, great command of the offense, putting his teammates in all the right spots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls. Harris drops them both. 20 seconds left to play in the fourth. Now Nurkic. Here's Sensabaugh. Robinson with a steal. And so it's Detroit easily grabbing this one. Boy, a nice win on the road. By the time this one was winding down, this building was stone cold silent.
And that's exactly what you got to do. You have to try to take the crowd out of it.
And that'll do it, folks. With Tim Legler, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson. As always, we appreciate you tuning in tonight. And now let's take a look at our player of the game, Cade Cunningham.
Rufus boy, let me love boy, what you know. Rufus boy, let me love boy, what you know. Rufus boy, let me love boy, what you know. Rufus boy, let me love. Caught up in my tape. Caught up in my tape. Don't care what you said.